What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. This is the Matt Ramage Show. We're going to talk some Packers today, you know what I mean? But first, big shout out to Quick Trip, sponsoring the show. You know, Quick Trip's giving away chicken for life. So all you got to do, go into Quick Trip, buy some fried chicken, all right? And use your Quick Rewards app, and you could win chicken for life. This is only going on to like April something. So be sure to, jump on, feeling like some chicken. Head over to Quick Trip. Get yourself some chicken. Use the Quick Rewards app, and you could win chicken for life at the 8-piece once a week for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You never know. You could be homeless in 15 years. You know what I mean? So jump on the advantage again. Quick Trip for life. All right. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk to people in the chat. We're going to hammer the chat. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about, A.J. Dillon coming back. We're going to talk about Josh Jacobs, new running back one. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about as well. You know what I mean? We got a comment over here. Said Michael Hyde and Packers have mutual interest in him returning. Let's go. I seen that report. I don't see everyone reporting it. So, I wonder how much truth there is to it. I'm not questioning the dude that reported it. But I am a little bit. I don't know the dude, so you know what I mean. It's not like everyone's reporting it, but that would be something interesting. I would assume that would be somewhat on the cheap, like that AJ Dillon deal. That was like on the cheap. You know what I mean? Like people don't realize. We'll talk about this, but before we get into this thing, I want to give a shout out to also Nicolay Law. All right, Nicolay Law is a sponsor, and I had him on my podcast. Russell Nicolay was on my podcast. You can go watch that on YouTube. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, all the places that people listen to podcasts. But Russell Nicolay, he tells some stories like being in Green Bay as a young man. You know what I mean? Talks about watching the Packers practice in the 80s over there, hopping the fence. Talking about looking over the fence. His mom used to park so they could just hop over that thing. You know what I mean? Not hop over, but watch over. You know what I mean? But let's get into this thing. Shout out to Nicolay Law. A.J. Dillon bet on himself and Matt LaFleur to put together a clearly better 2024 campaign. Pretty good bet. Yeah, and they got him really cheap. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically like $1 million deal as far as cap is concerned. I have the numbers over here, but like it is super cheap to bring A.J. Dillon back, and he's a good backup. You know what I mean? He's good for Wisconsin. He's good for Green Bay. I think he's a good backup. He's a good guy to put in there, give Josh Jacobs help. And they also have a Emmanuel Wilson. You know what I mean? I think the Packers are really good at running back. I was going to play that clip that the Packers put out. I posted it on Facebook in a few places. Josh Jacobs is an absolute baller. I will say this right now. I will say, dude, I love Aaron Jones as much as anybody loves Aaron Jones. Like, I think Aaron Jones was the best. I was so stunned that they released him. But, like, don't let that blind you. Your anger blind you to the fact that Josh Jacobs is a really, really good running back. The Packers have a really, really good running back. The running back room is going to be fine. So, like, I feel like if Aaron Jones was released, like, weeks before they got Josh Jacobs, everyone would have been excited and pumped. Like, all right, we got a running back one. We got a good running back. But, like, it was so close, and, like, everyone's, like, so upset about Aaron Jones being gone that they can't, like, show love to Josh Jacobs. But, and I get it. I love Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is, like, he was a heartbeat, whatever you want to say, of that team, right? But the people in Las Vegas were saying the same thing about Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? I was reading a little bit. I don't usually read articles, but I was reading a little bit today. And a lot of the people were saying, like all the reporters, whatever the players were saying, is that Josh Jacobs was the heartbeat of that offense. And he could do that in Green Bay, Aaron Jones isn't easily replaced. Like how he motivated like this young group. I think he deserved a little bit better. I'm not saying that Goot was wrong, because Gutekunst has a job to take emotion out of it. We're emotional beings, us sports fans. We're emotional beings. And Goody took the emotion out of it and said, this is what we want to pay you. Probably insulted Aaron Jones. I don't know the details, so I'm not going to act like I do. But I assume that, like, Aaron Jones is like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I've already given you a pay cut, like, which I get that. That's how the NFL is, though. The NFL is a strict, raw business. Like, he gave a pay cut last season they asked him to do it again at some point. You're like, bro, like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm doing my part. So, but the Packers, Goody's job is to say, not what have you done for me, what are you going to do for me this next season? And if he thinks that Josh Jacobs is going to do more than Aaron Jones would have, then he's got to make that move. It's brutal. It's brutal. It is absolutely brutal. Aaron Jones. Now he's in the Vikings, and then you watch that video of Aaron Jones doing that little. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want people clipping it, but he's doing that skull chant, and then it makes you feel all right. You know what I mean? But like people talking about Aaron Jones doing the skull chant, and they're like, he's embracing his new team. That's what you're supposed to do. He's a Minnesota Viking. All right, I want to get to some of these comments here. I'm missing some good ones over here. Jesse says, we should trade Dillon to the Vikings to get Jones back. I don't think our defense can stop Jones. It's going to be tough. I think our defense can definitely stop Aaron Jones. Talking about the Vikings, that's all they got. The Vikings do not have a quarterback. Aaron Jones, very good running back, and I will never say a bad word about Aaron Jones. I see Viking fans, they're trying to goat me a little bit, not you, but like I know you're not a Vikings fan, but like Viking fans are trying to goat me into like saying like Aaron Jones is like watch up. Like Aaron Jones is a good running back. Okay, so you have a very good running back and you have a very good wide receiver. Who's going to give him the ball? You know what I mean? It's easy to hand the ball off to Aaron Jones, but like defenses are going to watch for that. But like Jefferson, I don't think he's going to be there very long. He's be like, dude, you don't got a quarterback. Get me out of here. I'm trying to do a Hall of Fame type stuff. You know what I mean? But so let's keep moving on. Sam says, so then why would he take $7 million from the Vikings? That would be bad. I think that it was more about the Packers lowballed him a little bit. And they're like, no, that's not going to happen. The Packers switched up, went and got Josh Jacobs, and then said we're not interested no more. And then Aaron Jones went to the Vikings. He already had that deal set up. But I get Aaron Jones' point of view of that. It's like you're like lowballing me. I'll just take my business elsewhere. And then he did. And the Packers went and got their guy. I don't like how it went down. A guy like Aaron Jones, you'd like him to go down. If they're gonna part ways, have it be more amicable. I can't say that word, but like more mutual, like more like not drama. And I really don't like how it went down, a little bit disrespectful, but that's the business of the NFL. The business of the NFL is like it's dog eat dog out there, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It is rough out here. All right, let's get some of his comments. He didn't mean that skull chant. He looks so sad in that. Dude, I was kind of thinking the same thing though, like when he did a skull chant, like how I was like, how embarrassing. That I think the scalding for the Vikings is one of the most embarrassing things in all of sports. It's like some made up thing. I had someone that was like from the I forget where it is, where they do like the Viking stuff and the skull, where it originated from. They're like that doesn't even mean what they think it means. You know what I mean? It's like the Vikings are just like a sad franchise, but I'm not gonna knock Aaron Jones at all. I never will. Aaron Jones is an absolute beast. Aaron Jones is a very good dude. I'm glad he played for the Packers. When he's done with his career, he'll be a Packer forever. Like this is just gonna be a temporary thing. It's brutal though. Aaron Jones playing for the Minnesota Vikings is absolutely brutal to me. You know what I mean? What are we going to do for middle linebacker Quay Walker as starter? And then what? We should have tried to get Devin White. See, my thing about the whole AJ Dillon thing, right, is that people are talking about why they do that. You know what I mean? First of all, I love AJ Dillon. First of all, I'm a very biased, very emotional type of fan. AJ Dillon represents Wisconsin well. I think he's a good running back. People talk about it was $1 million basically what they paid him, right? So like they got a really cheap deal. As far as the cap, he has potential to get up to 2 million something, whatever it is. But I think that they don't want to waste draft picks early on running backs. Like, hey, we got Josh Jacobs. Let's bring back AJ Dillon. We got Emmanuel Wilson. They're probably going to draft a running back at some point in the draft to like see if they can get something out of it. But I think that they're okay going into the next season. Josh Jacobs, AJ Dillon, Emmanuel Wilson. They're probably gonna have a rookie in there somewhere to try to test some stuff out. But I think the Packers are good at running back. I really do. I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Packers offered $6 million versus Vikings $7 million. I'd take that money too. And there's reports that it was even in the fours. I don't know like what's true, like what they actually offered him. But yeah, and the thing is too is like you took pay cuts for the Packers. So if they're like lowballing you at some point, you're just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. I've given you breaks before. Like I just did this thing. Like he was, he obviously had some injuries last season, but when they needed him, he came on strong. They beat the Cowboys. They went on a playoff run. He was a big time leader. You got video clips of these young. I think it was Jaden Reed was like, I love blocking for you. I love you. You know what I mean? Like he was so motivated by Aaron Jones. So like I get that Aaron Jones like I'm not taking less anymore. You know what I mean? I want to get what's due, and they're like, no, we're good. What are we going to do? Oh yeah, we already answered that one. Here we go. Let's keep it moving over here. Should have gave him the money. He deserved it. I get that, but I think that when Josh Jacobs was signed, I feel like they already knew that what they were doing. Like Aaron Jones was gone. Like people, all the media and all the fans were like, "Hey, yo, this would be a good 1-2 punch." But I'm not sure either of these guys are interested in being that 2. You know what I mean? People are like, "Hey, it's a good 1-2 punch." They're both looking at you like, "I ain't no 2. I'm a 1. I'm the 1 punch." So I don't think that there was ever a time when that was going to happen. I think it'd have been beautiful if they could figure that out. But both guys want that ball. You know what I mean? I think that when they went and got Josh Jacobs, when they made that decision, it was when Aaron Jones was, they were already like, all right, we're moving on. And say it's a brutal business. What's up, Dan? He says, I just think we should have gave that punt returner $2 million less. He would have took the 16 and gave Jones the other 2. But once they got Jacobs, it was done. Yeah, the thing with like all the other players, like you're talking about Nixon, I see with AJ Dillon, like any player that they sign from here on out, everyone's gonna be like, well, they could have gave it to Aaron Jones. It's like I say, I think once that Jacobs deal was done, it was done. Like Aaron Jones was already gone, and the Nixon deal was after. Nixon, he's a special teams guy, plays a little bit of nickel. I like that. I like that they brought Nixon back. But I don't think that any of it's like tied to Aaron Jones. I don't think that they were like, we're gonna bring Nixon back so Aaron Jones can't be here. That was like all like after. I think it's separate. You know what I mean? I always like a good shot at the Vikings. It's more like I don't know how you say that, but people can read it. Sad to see Jones go, but excited to see Josh Jacobs coming in. And we got that safety, dude. I think that safety is so huge. I feel like people are not really talking about the free agents we got. We got one of the top running back free agents. We got Xavier McKinney at safety, dude. Everyone was talking about like how the Packers just needed safety. You know what I mean? Like if they had some, superstar type safety, they'd be all right. We got that. You know what I mean? And we'll see like how the secondary is going to look, especially like throughout the draft, and not even the draft, but free agency, like see how things mix up. Will Rudy Ford be back? Like AJ Dillon's come back. Maybe I like Rudy Ford. I ain't gonna lie. Rudy Ford's a good dude. I think he's a good player. He had some injuries, but like he was like his quarterback rating, like being thrown against him was ridiculous. So I wouldn't mind them bringing him back, get him back in the mix. But I think this defense is going to be very fun to watch, dude. Extremely fun. Let's get to some of these comments over here. Nixon should play on offense. I actually thought that he would. There was like some press conferences or like there was some interview where he was talking about like trying to get on the offense a little bit. So maybe, but I think the Packers, their offense, like they got some fast wide receivers. They got like some guys, now Josh Jacobs in the mix, and like we'll see what their running game does. But the wide receivers, a lot of these young guys getting one age older. Jordan Love's already out there throwing the ball around, doing his thing. So I think this offense is pretty set. But like, I feel like some of these like top-notch offenses, like these Super Bowl type offenses, they always got like a defensive player, throw them in the mix, you know what I mean? Try to do some gadgety type stuff, try to do some fun stuff. I'm with it, you know what I mean? People talking about fire the GM. Dude, I think Brian Gutekunst is doing a great job. I didn't love releasing Aaron Jones. I didn't love it. And I still don't love it. I really don't love it. But like I think Gutekunst is doing a great job. He has to take the emotion out of it. He can't be like a fanboy like me. He's gotta be cutthroat a little bit, and it sucks. But I think that he didn't just let Aaron Jones go and just not have a replacement. He went and got Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? And like I get it because there's a lot of emotion to it because everyone loves Aaron Jones. Like Aaron Jones is just such a good dude. Like it's like even like as a rival, like how he is now, or even like as rivals seen before. It's like, how do you hate Aaron Jones? I don't think you can. I think it's illegal. You know what I mean? What about Micah Hyde? We kind of talked about him a little bit ago. I don't know if that story is true. It's like kind of like just the sprinklings of it, of kind of breaking out. I'd be with it for the right price. Dude, I'm with like any player that can make the Packers better. Any player that can make the Packers better, I'm with it. You know what I mean? Late round pick could be a steal edge rusher, and Jalen Green out of JMU. He had the most sacks in college football last year. There you go. I appreciate that comment, Steven. I don't know a lot about college, so that's why I don't really talk about the draft a ton. But this draft, come April, I'm gonna do a live draft show the whole first day of the draft. I will be live. Hopefully, get some people on here that actually know what they're talking about on the draft, so we can go through the picks as they come in, and we can kind of bullcrap around until a Packers pick comes in. But I'm gonna try to get some good people who know what they're talking about a little bit more than me, because I'm not a big college dude, so I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Here we go. Imagine Ramage if we release Preston Smith, dude. Don't even talk to Preston Smith is now the oldest player on the Green Bay Packers, dude. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit worried, and not because I think Preston Smith is an absolute baller. I think that Preston Smith, you talk about the edge, he like holds his edge. He doesn't get sucked in easy. Preston Smith is an absolute baller. I'm telling you, if Preston Smith would have got released, I'd done the same thing when Clinton Dix got released. I went to Lambeau and yelled in the parking lot. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? I don't care what I think. But Preston Smith is here. Hopefully going to be on the podcast at some point this offseason. But Preston Smith, and also big shout out to Kenny Clark. You know what I mean? We got the bobblehead right here. Kenny Clark was on my podcast a couple weeks ago, so that podcast is still relevant. Go check that out. That was obviously before the free agency started in Aaron Jones situation, all that. But if you haven't listened to the Kenny Clark podcast, you can find the video version on YouTube, the audio version, and all the places that you listen to podcasts. Check out the Matt Ramage Show. You know what I mean? Be sure to subscribe. Here we go. Draft a beast pass rusher or run stopper. Here we go. There we go. Cooper DeJean from Iowa. A lot safety. All right. Here we go. Kicker competition in the preseason. I absolutely think that there'll be a kicker competition. They're going to bring someone in to battle for that spot. I do want to say, excuse me, shout out to everyone on Instagram. We got 25 people watching on Instagram. I got this Instagram over here. 547 people are watching me right now live. I think that's crazy. I don't know where y'all coming from. I don't know if there's a glitch, because like the other day, there's almost 1,000 people watching. But a big shout out to everyone who's tuning in. I love this. But so before we keep moving on in this conversation, I will be doing a live Monday through Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will be live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes I'll have guests. You know, we're gonna have some people scroll through this thing, and if this time doesn't work, I might interview people earlier, throw it on like a clip or whatever, and keep doing our thing. But we're gonna do some stuff. All right, this off season, we're gonna get into this thing. 600 people are watching. Shout out to everyone watching. All right, let's get to some comments. All right, no one wants to hear me yammer. Google Missouri kicker, aka thicker kicker. Oh, I like the sound of that. Thicker kicker. You can get shirts made, bro. Here we go. You do a great job. Thank you for the show. I appreciate you, Steve. You know what I mean? We have a good time. Hammered in the basement. There you go, Brad. He's over here just hammered in his basement. I'm upstairs. We need more jars on the shelf. Offensive line is thin for backups. Yeah, so like you want to grab some depth over there at offensive line. Yeah, like I say, I'm not the best to talk about the draft, to act like I'm not, like I know stuff, but yeah, definitely. I'm glad that they secured that safety spot, dude. That is like what I feel like people ain't talking about it enough. McKinney, you know, then he had that blunder. You know, he said, "I don't know if I should wear this 2.9 or bring back that 1.5." Everyone on Twitter was like, "Yo, that's Bart Starr, bro," and he was like, "My bad, my bad." And I think it's funny that people were actually drilling him for that. It's like, bro, he doesn't know. Like, how old is he? Like, he's supposed to know Bart Starr, and like I'm sure he knows of Bart Starr before that, but like he didn't know the number and then all that. I think most players probably know a little bit. I'm a little late, but keep up the great job. What's up, Rob? How you doing today? We're having a good time. You know what I mean? We're at 666 people. All right, someone's got to leave or someone's got to join. That's the all right. We go 667. All right, whew, that was a close one, bro. We almost thicker kicker. I like that. I do like that right there. We getting a Hyde reunion, dude. That would be wild if he came back because obviously, I think it's like a different team. It's like a whole different group or whatever. So I think maybe probably the hard feelings are off to the side. But he did his thing with the Bills. I didn't like that release, like when it happened. Kind of the same thing with Rasul Douglas with that trade. I didn't care for that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like that's the thing. Like with when you're talking about like players getting released, like Jordy Nelson, Aaron Jones, Micah Hyde, all these guys that you like, you know, or even like draft picks, like people wanted TJ Watt and all that. But like you're not gonna like everything that the GM does. But like, bro, like they're just trying to do the best job that they can. And like we're an emotional group. We're an emotional bunch of folk, you know what I mean? So I don't hate on Goot for like the stuff he does. I would rather like, you know, that bad wording that the Packers have is like they don't take care of their veteran players. And like you hate to see it because I don't want guys like that we're rooting for like to go out feeling bad about like, you know, how it happened. But at the same time, like it's a business, but like you can't do them dirty, you know what I mean? And but I still rock with it. I rock with Goot. All right. And Goot we trust, you know what I mean? But big shout out to Aaron Jones, you know what I mean? With Hyde, our defense would be tough to beat. I think it's gonna be tough to beat anyways. I think, dude, especially like that defense, they're gonna have a good pass rush. They got Kenny Clark, they got the inside, they're switching to that 4-3 thing. I feel like we're like gonna be good, you know, Jair Alexander with McKinney. You know, I feel like, you know, you need more than that, but like I think the defense is gonna be dangerous, but I say it every year. But I didn't say it last year, but like you know, like a new quarterback, new, you know, young weapons, young offense. Like we'll see what happens. But like this year, I'm saying the Packers win a Super Bowl. The Packers are the best team in the league, baby. That's what I'm saying, dude. I say it, dude, with my whole chest. The Packers are the best team in the league. I see all these posts, ESPN, all these like little fancy little shows. They're like, the top 5 teams to challenge the Chiefs. I think of the Lions at number 1. Get out of here. The Lions will not win the division. The Green Bay Packers are winning the NFC North. Believe that. I guarantee it. And the Packers are going to be a tough team to beat. Jordan Love's going to do his thing. We got Josh Jacobs. That running back is going to be set up. The tight end situation is set up. We got our wide receivers. Christian Watson, hopefully that hamstring, you know, gets him back. A lot of people are throwing shade at Christian Watson. A lot of people not showing Christian Watson that respect. And I get all about showing Dobbs that respect. Wicks, you know, Reed, you know, a lot of these guys are popping off. But Christian Watson, I feel like he's getting trashed on a little bit. I wouldn't say trashed on, but like kind of overlooked a little bit. Christian Watson, let that hamstring heal up a little bit. I saw that after the season, they had him go to like a hamstring specialist or whatever it is. And but Christian Watson, get him healthy and watch what happens. But let's show a little bit. What's up, Mikey? $2, baby. Down the street, I got a bar down here. You can get a bar. You can get a beer for $2. You know what I mean? But you go. I appreciate that. Micah Hyde and McKinney at safety. Yes, please. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hate that at all. And who knows? It could happen. I'm not sure if that report is exactly true. I only saw one person reported, but like we'll see. Maybe he had the edge on something. You know what I mean? But I appreciate that $2. You know what I mean? I appreciate you tuning in. Here we go. James said, "Whoop the Chiefs almost beat the Niners, and they're getting started." Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it is. People act like the Packers came on strong at the end of last season. They came on really, really strong, and I'm excited about it. And you know, people can't even tell me nothing. Tell me about like you know, oh, what, you know, that's the thing. Like when I pump up Jordan Love, like what about when he was tied for most interception in the league? When? In the middle of the year? What about at the end of the season when he beat the Cowboys in Dallas, stomped them out? All right, this team came on. Don't talk to me about Jordan Love's stats halfway through the season. What were they at the end? Who had more touchdowns in the NFL and less interceptions than Jordan Love. I'm not saying he had the most and the less. I'm not sure, but I know that he's right up there at the top. Dude, Jordan Love did his thing. People act like Jordan Love was a veteran. It's his first year starting. Like, yeah, but at the beginning of the year, he wasn't that good. Yeah, because it was his first year starting, bro. It was his first year starting. What did we say last offseason? We said Jordan Love is going to have a little bit of rocky. He's going to have some mistakes. He's going to have some of those rookie mistakes. But, dude, he bounced it back. Dude, Jordan Love, watch him play football, bro. He's stone-faced, though. Nothing can get to him. Like, he's dialed in. Dude, I love Jordan Love. I think there's no one in the league. I wouldn't trade Jordan Love for nothing. I saw a post going around. Would you trade Jordan Love for the number 1 draft pick? No, I wouldn't. I would rather have Jordan Love than Caleb Williams. And honestly, if I'm being truthful, I think if the Bears draft Caleb Williams, it's a huge mistake. If I was the Bears, I would keep Justin Fields, go ahead and draft that wide receiver, and dude, like, let Justin Fields like build that thing around him. Nobody wants Justin Fields though. Like, people like they're talking about the trade for him as like a 5th round pick. But I think I don't know about the Caleb Williams situation. I don't care what the Bears do. I think they'll screw it up no matter what. But I would not trade Jordan Love for the number 1 pick. I wouldn't do it. I think Jordan Love, he's a young dude. Rock with them, and obviously that's not an option, but that was just like a hypothetical, whatever. But dude, I'm excited about Jordan Love, and this because it's not just Jordan Love. It's these young wide receivers. It's these tight ends. Now you got Josh Jacobs, AJ Dillon is there. We got Wilson over there. We'll see what they do in the draft. But like, dude, like this offense is set, bro. This offense is set. All right, we got another $2, baby. The grass is always greener, Aaron. Asked Devontae, and that's what it is. But like Aaron Jones, I don't think he really had a choice. Like they had like a little battle over there. So I'm not like that was like a different situation, but I appreciate that those $2. And like Devontae Adams was different too, because he like I think he cared more about being by his family, like playing in by his family, but I'm not sure he trusted Jordan Love either. And then like when that decision was made, he didn't know. You know what I mean? But we got to move on from that. You know what I mean? You think the edge rushers will be all right at defense end, switching to 4-3? That's the thing. Like Rashawn Gary did that in college, right? So Rashawn Gary's going to be fine. And I've heard people talk about Preston Smith. Like, can he get down like that? Because, you know, he's 30 years old. Acting like 30 years old is old, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 44. I can't get down like that. If I get down right now, you ain't going to see me. The show ended. I just left. I'm out down there. I'm sleeping now. But I think so. I think that they'll make it work. And I think that's the point, like, of the coach's job, the GM's job, is to find people that can, you know, make that switch. Because remember when the Packers switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4? That was all the talk. Aaron Campman was there back in the day. We're about to hit 1,000 viewers right here. We're at 999. Oh, 1,000 people. Oh, now they're all leaving. 1,000 people again. Oh, I want to take a picture of this. I ain't never had 1,000 people in my stream before. So I want to take a picture of this real quick. Here we go. There we go. 1,013, 1,014. All right, we're going to keep it moving now. I just wanted to get a picture of that. That's all. No, I appreciate everyone who watches. Like, for real, this is so much fun for me. And the fact that people are actually watching is actually wild for me. But here we go. Let's get to here we go. Rodgers believed in Love, even if Adams did. That's the thing. Everyone believed in Love. When I first saw the Rodgers part, I was like, all right, what's this going to be about? You know what I mean? But, yeah, everyone believed in Love. You know, Aaron Jones talked about at the beginning of the season, Jair Alexander. The guys in that locker room knew what Jordan Love was going to do. Like, they knew what Jordan Love is capable of. Dude, like, and everyone who's trying to downplay Jordan, like, well, now the defense are going to know what he's about. I think that's the most stupidest thing. When they're like they didn't know. All right, he drops back, he throws the ball. No, like I get like different quarterbacks do different things, like their mechanics, their timing. You know, you got time to like figure it out a little bit. But still, like, for the most part, I feel like they know what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, they know what they seen Jordan Love. And like last, you know, the season before he started, like they kind of knew. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna like figure it out, like, oh, now he's gonna suck. That's just stuff people say. I don't really. I feel like maybe sometimes it happens to players, but I think Jordan Love is a real deal. He's been in this offense for a minute. He's got his guys. He's got the young guys. They can all, they're all on the same age level. So like, I feel like there's no disconnect. Like when you got like a 40-year-old quarterback and a 20-year-old wide receiver, sometimes they're not vibing at the same. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. 1,000 viewers. Heck yeah, Ron. Let's go, baby. 1,075 right now. It's absolutely stunning, amazing to me that people watch me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But we have a good time over here. Here we go. What's up, Oscar? He says, I live in South Texas, and every time I put some green and gold jersey, they hate on me because there's all Cowgirls fans. LOL. Go, Pack, go. Yeah, Dallas is a different spot. I know some people who live in Dallas. You know what I mean? And they talk about, like, when the Cowboys ain't playing good, they don't got their stuff out in Walmart as much. But when they're, playing good, they got it all. They're all about it. You know what I mean? All right, let's get to some of this. We got to draft another kicker. I don't think we're going to draft another kicker. I think there'll be some more kickers in training camp, but I don't think that they're going to draft another one. Bob Jensen, we should. There we go. That's not intended for me. MR is already spending that $2 at Quick Trip in his head. You know what I mean? Barbecued ribs sandwich special. I'm going for that. I'm going for that fried chicken because I'm trying to win the chicken for life over at Quick Trip. Remember a few years ago when Aaron Rodgers mentioned on how good players were lowballed offers or weren't even offered a contract, like the Jones deal, and like Owens didn't get one from Green Bay and gone. I think that's their philosophy, though. Like when you get to a certain age or you get to where they don't know that you're going to be great, because like they weren't talking about Jordan Love or Aaron Jones, but what he did last year, like fans were, right? Like me. I was thinking, Aaron Jones did a lot for this team, but they're thinking about what can he do for us this season, 2024. What can he do in 2024? And they might have thought Josh Jacobs is the better route to take, especially when the money got pricier. Like, well, if we're going to pay you that, we'll just go younger. Because Josh Jacobs is, 4 years younger than Aaron Jones? Like I say, like when I say this, I'm not dogging Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is probably one of my favorite players of all time. I don't know where I'd list him. Probably later in the offseason, we'll talk about that. But Aaron Jones is like special dude. I think he's great, not just for the team, for the community. He's great for all that. But Gutekunst has to think about more than just that. He has to think about like 2024. You know what I mean? Ron asks, do we draft another running back? I think they do at some point in the draft, but I don't think it's going to be too early, if I'm being honest. I think they might be all right with Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon, and Emmanuel Wilson back there. I assume that they're gonna have a rookie on there in training camp. They'll probably have a few like in training. You know how they have them bring them in. Will they draft one high enough where it's like actually competition for one of those guys? Probably. I'm not sure when. Like I say, I'm the last person to ask about drafting advice, but I assume that they got some guys in their training camp. But I assume obviously like Josh Jacobs. I think it'll be AJ Dillon. Then we'll see. I think Emmanuel Wilson deserves his time. You know what I mean? Love Jones, but most running backs are cooked by 30 and we are younger. It sucks, but it's the right move. Yeah, that's the thing is like he's 30 or he's going to be 30. So I get like their thought process on it. And I didn't like it. I hated it. But I'm excited about Josh Jacobs. Here's the thing. I think I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but like, dude, people, they like want to like they're blinded to Josh Jacobs' greatness because they're mad about Aaron Jones. It's like, dude, Aaron Jones was great and we love him and we're like kind of bummed that he's gone and we're like mad or whatever, this and that. But Josh Jacobs is a good running back. I wish I could have put that clip up over here that the Packers posted. I shared it on Facebook, but like Josh Jacobs is a really good running back. And, it sucks with Aaron Jones and that's kind of going to be the theme going into the season is like Aaron, because I think people feel like if they put Josh Jacobs up and they say, hey, Josh Jacobs is great, like you're trashing Aaron Jones. Like that's not the case. Aaron Jones is gone. He's skulling over there. He did a press conference today, did the clap. He said the skull. He's in. So we got to be in too. Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs is a good running back. They didn't lose a running back and not know how to replace him. They replaced him that day, like within the hour. You know what I mean? So like they did what they're supposed to do. It sucks. It's hard. Your brain doesn't know how to process it. But Josh Jacobs is the real deal. Are you happy with our wide receiver core? Watson, Trader, stay. Watson definitely stay. I'm all in on Watson. He had some injuries. Hopefully they figure that thing out. because I believe that they sent him to a hamstring specialist after the year, after last season. So I think Watson, he's still on that rookie deal. Let's see what he can do. But I'm pumped about this wide receiver group. They're young. I think Jaden Reed is an absolute animal. I think he's going to be a very special player. But Christian Watson, I'm not done with him yet. I know like a lot of people on Facebook call me a Christian Watson fanboy because like I guess I defended him one time. But you know how that goes. That just sticks on you forever. But I'm with Christian Watson. Call me a fanboy if you want. You know what I mean? Bro, what is up? I'm not gonna lie. Sad deal about Jones. Yeah, the Aaron Jones situation has been rough. What's up, Jesse? Said, do we still have Patrick Taylor at running back? And I believe in Watson. He's going to be fantastic this season. Plus, need running. Our wide receivers are going to be unstoppable. I definitely think the wide receivers are going to be unstoppable. Patrick Taylor, I believe, did he get put on the practice squad? I know he was, he's kind of a guy that's kind of like here and he's not, and he's back and he's not. So I believe that he's still available. Like if they need him, they can go get him if he's not on the practice squad. But we need a back who can also catch the ball out of the backfield. Draft one. I think Josh Jacobs. I don't know a lot about Josh because someone asked me earlier about is he good in the backfield? I believe he is. I don't know if he has the numbers that Aaron Jones has. I'm not sure they use him the same way the Packers used Aaron Jones. But Josh Jacobs ran the ball a lot more than Aaron Jones did because the Packers offense really doesn't do that. But I don't know for sure if Josh Jacobs, what he does out of the backfield as far as like catching the ball and whatnot. But I think he's pretty good. Like I think he's pretty good. But I don't know the actual answer to that. I'm not like all knowing about it. But here we go. What is up? Our simple humor hooking me up with $1.99. Congrats on viewerships. Anyone else? Anyone else trivia? Hey, I'm actually gonna do a bring back the Cheesehead for Trivia show. So I appreciate that donation right there. But I'm actually gonna be bringing back the trivia show. But I think what I'm gonna do when I bring back the Cheesehead for Trivia, it's gonna be more about the audience than having two guests up here answering questions. Be more about the audience because I want to do my live streams more with you, people who are watching. You know what I mean? Get you involved, hammering the questions and whatnot. Instead of having two people up here answer questions, we're just kind of ignoring you because it's hard to do both at one time. So I think it'd be cool to have some questions come up, see what the chat thinks, and then I'll answer them. I mean, I think it's tough because I have to figure out a way that I don't know the answers. Otherwise, it's just I'll be like, yep, I'm so smart. You know what I mean? But we got another super chat over here. What is up, TJ Sherwin? How we doing today? I appreciate that right there. Let's go. Here we go. We got, I don't think he was talking to me right there. We're literally gonna run people over until they think they can figure it out. Then we're throwing deep. That's the thing. With a running back like Josh Jacobs, we got AJ Dillon back there. Run the ball. Like these wide receivers can do it. I feel like this offense is just set. I just hope the defense can get together, which I think they will. First of all, like defenses tend to play their best the first year with a new defensive coordinator, right? So they got a new defensive coordinator, switched to a 4-3. They got a new safety who is an absolute baller, right? And they got the pass rush. They got Rashawn Gary. They got Preston Smith. They got the boys. They got Kenny Clark on the middle. They got all the guys. I can name them all. But like I feel like this defense has the people to do it. They just have to do it. Like we have to see them do it. You know what I mean? And I think that this is a complete team. I feel like the Packers are gonna do very, very well this year. Here we go. We got another super chat over here. What's up, Mike Witt? Hooking up $2. A Nagler Ramage offseason show would be fun. I plan to ask him soon to hop on this thing. I actually have a few ideas for a new format, like questions to ask, like funny questions to ask people that come on. I'm gonna start having some people on, like Nagler, maybe even Herman. You know what I mean? Herman, I feel like he's too Andy Herman. I always feel like dumber when I talk to him because he's so smart about something. Like, wow. Even like watch his like videos on YouTube. Anyone who doesn't, the Pack a Day podcast on YouTube, they do great. But he's just so smart that makes me feel bad about myself. Not really, but you know what I mean? I think our defense being so new is going to keep our opponents guessing all season. Yeah, I think for sure that's a good point. Is that when you have a fresh offense or a fresh defense, the other team doesn't know exactly what's going on. Like they have to kind of figure it out. That's why like they always say like after you have a good year, they're like, well, now they got tape on you, and now they can do that. They're gonna figure it out. A lot of people say it about Jordan Love. Any new quarterback that has a little bit of success, they're like, oh, now they know. You know what I mean? But I think with a defense, with a whole brand new offense, whether it's offense or defense, I think that's totally true. Uh, Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary going to eat, dude. Exactly, dude. I'm excited about this pass rush. Get at the quarterback. You know what I mean? And after this comment, I'll talk about that here. I'm in Titletown Flats with the guys, man. What is up? How you doing there, TJ? No, but oh, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's gone, bro. It was something about Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary, but it's gone. You know what I mean? Did I read that we're gonna sign Mekhi Hyde? I think it's a great move. I only saw one dude on Twitter report that, so like we'll see what happens. But I'd be down with that. You know what I mean? But big shout out to everyone, dude. 1,284 people are watching right now. What is up? If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. If you're on Facebook, be sure to like this. Like YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you're watching, like this thing, share this thing. I don't know if you should share it. Nobody else wants to see it, but you know what I mean? I appreciate y'all's support. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're definitely gonna eat. You know what I mean? Oh, we got another super chat over here on YouTube. What's up, Mike? $2. He says, gonna be at Stadium View for the draft. Can't wait, dude. The 2025 draft is gonna be so bananas. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do a live show over there. Gonna do a lot of content. I'll be around. I'll take some vacation or quit my job. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely gonna be around that whole week for the draft. It's gonna be bananas. You know what I mean? Oh, what's up, Matt Ramage? We got AJ back, dude. I'm excited to see AJ Dillon back. You know what I mean? I want to see Jacobs in number 8. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. They really haven't said what he's gonna wear yet. We'll see. I think I do like that number 8. You know what I mean? Especially if you're balling. Micah is 33. We are going younger, so I don't think we will sign him. Yeah, that's a good point. I could see them signing him, but like I don't expect it, especially with only that one report. But if they got him on a cheap, and they got a rotational type of situation, we'll see. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hate it. That's the thing. Like if they think that a guy is worth signing, like I'm with it because like they know more than me. You know what I mean? Goody knows more than I do. So if they think he's gonna sign it, I ride with it until they're proven wrong. You know what I mean? There we go. What is up, Debbie? How you doing today? Here we go. One player that holds our whole defense together is Ja Money. Cross my fingers that he doesn't go anywhere anytime soon. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. Remember, like at the end of last season, everyone was talking about, he's gone. He's gonna want to trade. The locker room is trash. Like that. That's the point. Is like fans don't know nothing, myself included. We don't know nothing. Everyone's talking about the locker room was in shambles. I don't think that locker room was ever in shambles. Even with that Jair suspension, like they had to do that because they gotta, you gotta just at your job. You know what I mean? People screw up. You gotta get gotta get reprimanded, as they say. You know what I mean? I say we sign Mason Crosby and let him retire as a Packer. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, it could at some point, like a one-day contract, let him retire as a Packer, but I don't think he's going to come back for any extended amount of time. Ja is going anywhere. He is going to have a hell of a year next year. I'm with you, dude. I think Jair is going to ball, and a lot of people saying that in this defense, it benefits Jair Alexander, and he's got a top-notch All-Pro safety, and off to the run. I think the defense is going to be awesome. This team feels like they are a real brotherhood, genuinely wanting each other to make it happen. Yeah, I feel like this locker room, like within the players love each other. The Aaron Jones situation leaving, I'm sure a lot of them are going to be bummed out about that. But I feel like they all love each other. Like they're having a good time. They're all friends and all whatnot. I'm excited. All right, so we're going to wrap this thing up, but I appreciate everyone who tuned in. 1,345 people watching right now. That is stupid to me. That's bananas, and I appreciate it. I will be live every Monday through Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, live at 7:30 p.m. We're going to have some guests. We're going to do a call-in show. I'll have a number. I have a number. I'll respond to voicemails. It's hard to do live calls because like it doesn't sound good. It's not really good for the ear for people listening and watching. It kind of like it's a whole thing. So I'm going to do the voicemail thing because I want this show to be about the people. All right, people watching. It's not about me. It's about you. You guys tune in. I'll let you guys have a voice throughout the comments, throughout voicemails, throughout everything. I super duper appreciate y'all tuning in. You make this so much fun. I couldn't do it without you. I'd just be here yammering to myself. You know what I mean? But go Pack, go people. Big shout to Quick Trip sponsoring the show. Nicolay Law sponsoring the show. Be sure to check out the podcast, themattramage.com. I had a great chat with Russell Nicolay from Nicolay Law. Last week I had Kenny Clark on. Great episode with him. Hoping to get Preston Smith this offseason, maybe a few other players. I've been hitting up McKinney. I've been hitting up Josh Jacobs. So far, they haven't responded. You know what I mean? We'll see what we can do. But I appreciate y'all so much. Go Pack, go. One love, baby. You know what I mean? We out this thing. I'll be back on Monday, though. Monday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Tune in, baby.